Since we last met, a sham and illegal referendum has taken place at the barrel of a Kalashnikov, and Russia has sought to annex Crimea. This is a flagrant breach of international law and something we will not recognise. This behaviour belongs to the Europe of the last century, not this one. It cannot be ignored, or we risk more serious problems in the future. So it was very important that the European democracies represented here should send a strong and united message that Russia will face further consequences. And that is what we've done. We've subjected 12 more individuals to travel bans and asset freezes, bringing the total to 33. We've cancelled the EU-Russia summit, agreed not to hold bilateral summits, and will block Russian membership of the OECD and the International Energy Agency. We've agreed to rapidly implement economic, trade and financial restrictions on occupied Crimea. We will only accept Crimean goods in the EU if they come from Ukraine and not Russia. That is clearly set out in the conclusions agreed today. We've also reiterated that if Russia takes any further steps to destabilise Ukraine, there will be far-reaching economic consequences. And we have, for the first time in the conclusions published today, tasked the European Commission to prepare such possible measures. Our message to Russia is clear. Choose the path of diplomacy and de-escalation, or face increasing isolation and tighter sanctions. We've already seen a 10% wiped off the value of the Russian stock market this month, reports of capital flight and downgraded credit ratings. But the best rebuke to Russia is a strong and successful Ukraine, free to make its own choices about its own future. Every leader at this summit is very clear on that. So this morning we took a formal step to closer relations between the EU and Ukraine with the signature of a landmark agreement between us both. We welcome President Yatsenyuk to our meeting for a second time in a fortnight, and I support his efforts to lead a stable, democratic government that reaches out to the regions and respects the rights of minorities.